Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with MLB 13 The Show, and we have got some Atlanta Braves franchise coming your way. We're going to be facing the Arizona Diamondbacks, but we get to be at home. Now, this is going to be kind of a fun game here. Tim Hudson versus Daniel Hudson on the mound, so Hudson v. Hudson. I didn't plan to do this at all because of what had happened with Tim Hudson's ankle injury recently. I'm just like, oh, sweet, Hudson versus Hudson. This is going to be pretty cool. But I'll talk a little bit about Tim Hudson here in just a second. Let's go ahead and get into the game, and we'll have a chance to be able to go over that. All right, so Prado up at the plate here. Very first at bat, Tim Hudson is going to force the ground ball. Johnson not able to get it. Simmons is not going to get the throw over to Freeman in time at first. So that is not pretty. That is not how I want this game to be able to start out. You need to go back to basics here with fielding, I think, for Johnson. So I might have to change how I'm training him, kind of make him better at that as opposed to just hitting. But force the ball on the ground, which is Tim Hudson's specialty. 4-6-3 double play. So we'll make up for that. You know, I'm going to let that one go here because Tim Hudson does the job, forces the ground ball, and we get the double play. All right, bottom of the second here. Freddie Freeman up at the plate, who's had a phenomenal season so far, goes ahead and adds a hit to everything that he's been able to do in this season thus far. It'll just be a little single for him, but a single can start a lot of things. All right, so now we've got Brian McCann up at the plate here. Infield and outfield not set up the way that they usually are. So this is going to work well for me as this is going to go into deep right center field. I'm not going to go ahead and round third and try to come home, so I've got two runners in scoring position. I was telling you it all starts somewhere here, and it was just that one single. McCann's been able to keep this alive here. So B.J. Upton up at the plate here with 2 outs, 0-2 count. And this one is going to go into center field. Is this going to be enough? Yes, it is a 3-run shot that goes over the wall. So we're starting this game here now on the right track. Sure, I'll let that error go, because now we're up 3-0 here against the D-backs. So we're in a good position here. We got to keep going with it. Hudson just has to have a great game. Tim Hudson. I can't just say Hudson because you don't know who I'm talking about. Am I talking about Daniel Hudson or Tim Hudson? I don't know. Actually, it is Tim Hudson. All right, anyway, 2-2 count here in the top of the third. This is going to be the first extra base hit of the game for the Diamondbacks. I just go ahead and take the angle of going right to the wall, not to try and cut it off. It is going to be a double, so this puts some pressure on Tim Hudson now because I can't go ahead and force the ground ball out and get the double play or anything like that. I just got to be smart about how I do this. Maybe try and force a fly ball or, of course, go for the strikeout. That's going to go right back to Tim Hudson, who'll make the throw over to first. Runner advances on over to third base here. So Daniel Hudson doing his job, advancing the runner. Prado, this one's going to be low, or at least it was supposed to be low, but that's going to get past Ugla. Run will come home. It is 3-1. I don't know. I don't think we should have had that. Now, of course, Dan Ugla is not known for being the best second baseman here when it comes to fielding. So we're going to be seeing stuff like that. Every team is imperfect. No player is going to be 99 overall. But Freeman letting that one go. Fielding, gosh, that has been a problem for everybody on the team. We've had 3 players now all in the infield who've been able to let ground balls get past them. The times where I think they shouldn't have let them go. But like I was saying, nobody's perfect, stuff like that. So I should just let it slide, not let it bother me. This one is going to go into left field. It is, of course, going to bounce off the wall. 1 run is going to come home. Runners on second and third now. We got to go ahead and stop them. All right. So with that, like I mentioned here earlier, with Tim Hudson's recent ankle injury, one of the things that I was really, really impressed with was everything that has taken place after the fact. Okay, so what I mean by that here is, you know, I've kind of been reading a little bit about it here. So when Eric Young Jr., hit Hudson, I mean, it was obviously an accident. And just the way that the Mets organization as a whole and Eric Young Jr. really carried themselves afterwards, like caring for Tim Hudson and stuff like that, I think is a total class act. And I think it's really cool, too, what Tim Hudson's wife, was tweeting out here. So she said, and she's saying this directly to Eric Young Jr., so she says, thank you for playing the game the right way. You're obviously one of the good guys. We appreciate you. Now, I can tell you, as a married man, oh, this one's going deep. There we go with the home run. All right, so we're expanding the lead right here. I can tell you, as a married man, oh, that was Angelton Simmons, too. I forgot that. Gosh, he's got some power. Wasn't expecting to see that from him here. He's had a few home runs on the year. But anyway, back to the story. As a married man, if anybody was to do anything to my wife here, you know, hurt her in any way, even if it's an accident, I would be livid. I would probably hate the guy forever. I mean, I would hold a grudge, okay? That's probably not the best thing for me to say. Of course, it's not the best thing for me to do, but I know that's me. And I think if the roles were reversed, like if I was still playing baseball and somebody injured me, even if it was accidental, my wife would probably be really, really mad. So for her to come out and just be like, you know, thanks for playing the game the right way, I think that was really cool for her to be able to, you know, forgive him, to recognize that, and to give him just that little compliment. Because I think that sometimes as good guys, there's a lot of things that go unnoticed, unrecognized. People are just like, well, that's just how it's supposed to be. And, yeah. So I think it was really cool what the Mets did. Won a lot of respect with me, especially for Eric Young Jr. I really hope that Tim Hudson comes back strong from this, because this guy, I've got a lot of respect for Tim Hudson too. Not, you know, and this goes back a long, long time. So I don't know. It was kind of sad to see Tim Hudson, you know, all injured and just kind of the diagnosis of everything too. So I don't know, like, since I've done the Braves franchise, this actually holds true every single year. So every year that I do franchise with a particular team, I gain a lot of respect for that team. So, like, the Cubs, the Tigers, now the Braves, you know, I kind of feel like they're a little bit my team. Now, granted, that's 3 teams that I feel like are my team a little bit, but I don't know, I think it's kind of fair to be able to say that, you know, like, I've got a unique appreciation for the team. A sense of loyalty to them because they've done something for me, you know, letting me get a chance to be able to play as them and to tell a story about, you know, how they were doing in a virtual season. But, oh my gosh, sweet double play right there. But anyway, so I hope the best for him. I hope it doesn't hurt the Braves that much not to have him in here. But anyway, game tied at 4 here. Jason Hayward hitting this one into center field. Very aggressive on the base pass with everybody, especially with Hayward, who is among one of the faster guys on my team. So I'm looking for every chance to be able to advance to the next base with him. So now as Freddie Freeman's up at the plate, you can see me taking that one step on over for second. Here I go, letting that one go. It was a strike right on the edge of the plate here, but just a bad throw altogether. So I get there without any problem whatsoever. Taking a look here. Haven't reached the All-Star break yet. I've got 3 players who have over 20 stolen bases. One more that's just 1 away. So we might have somebody who's in the 40-40 club if I can keep this going. I just need a little bit more power out of Hayward here, and I think he's going to be the man to be able to do it. Justin Upton is another runner here for the 40-40 club, which I think would be pretty sweet to be able to get that. Never done that before with any team. Dan Uggla, though, kind of making up for earlier here with an impressive little piece of fielding right there. Just spinning around, making the throw. That's actually a very, very tough throw to make here when you figure the momentum and everything like that. You got to be smart on how you throw. He definitely does it right there. All right. So, really has not been the best game here pitching all around. Now, Tim Hudson is on a cold streak, so I was kind of expecting something like that to take place. But Walden coming in here now. Going to be throwing just a ton of fastballs with him here. I rely heavily on that. Diamondbacks are out hitting me. I don't know if you guys saw that. 10-6. So the hits that I have been able to get together have been pretty effective. I mean, these guys come home after a while. So that's the only thing that's been saving me here. Been kind of frustrating not to be able to get as many hits as I would like. Being out hit, never a fan of that one. But we get the strikeout here with Walden. And now, still in the top of the 7th. Runner on first. He's heading for second. McCann making the throw. And that is going to be in time. Even though it got like the little one hopper there. Still in good shape. All right, so Goldschmidt able to come back here at bat for a second time, since the third out of the 7th inning here for him was that attempted steal. You get to face him again, but kind of a little bit of an advantage. I don't know. I think for both players, computer kind of knows a little bit more about what I'm going to be throwing. Can start to see the pattern of how much I rely on the fastball here. But it also helps me just kind of remembering what worked against him and what didn't. Just kind of stay away from it here. So 0-2 count, getting ahead, going to try the four-seamer inside. Smart call. Swing and a miss. Was definitely behind that one here. David Hernandez going to be coming in here to pitch for the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 8th. We've got to be able to get a run somehow. Justin Upton, though, will hit this one into center field. That one was really inside. I was very lucky to be able to get the type of hit that I did. I swung at that one a little bit late, I think, but it allowed it to go into center field. So, yeah, I was just late on that one. All right, so he took the step towards first. There he goes for second. There we go. All right, so he took the step towards second. That's what I meant to say. All right, so stolen base here. The question is, do I go for third? I don't think that I am going to right now because I don't want to risk getting out or anything like that. Hayward hitting that one on back to the pitcher. I advance over to third. So I've got to go ahead and get Freddie Freeman to be able to finish this job off. I'm hoping that he can do it. 0-1 count. I watched that curveball hang over the plate. Justin Upton will come home. Freddie Freeman does it again, getting an RBI when we need it most. This guy's been a real hero for the Braves this season. All right, top of the 9th, Craig Kimbrell coming in here. Now, Sergio Romo is really coming up close here to Kimbrell in the amount of saves for the season. So I'm looking for every opportunity to be able to get that save. Kimbrell has been struggling, though. Absolutely struggling when I've been pitching with him. He's been allowing a lot more hits than I would like. Batting average for the opposing team is a lot higher, as is the ERA, than what I would want from my closer, but all right, we made up for it here with this double play, 6-4-3. So now it's just a matter of getting one more out. So maybe Kimbrell will do it right here. 5-4. I got to make sure I don't allow a home run or anything like that. This one's going to go deep into center field. I'm glad it went into center and not along the right or left lines here. That's going to be caught by B.J. Upton, and the game is over. All right. So Hudson's not going to go ahead and get the win. Walden will be the person who gets the win. I kind of would have hoped that Tim Hudson would have gotten the win. That'd be kind of cool, just as a, a little, I don't know, way to honor him, I guess, for what happened and stuff, but that's okay. We'll still be seeing plenty of Tim Hudson. That's the joy of a video game. So more of this to come, you guys, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. Just check the description below. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.